Gotta fix up this old model.
Evening, Steve.
How's it going, buddy?
What are you just sitting here by yourself?
Just woke up. Been late today. I'm noticing a weird, interesting problem.
Okay. What?
This is my first time putting the camera over my shoulder, so I'm getting the lights aiming at my model this way. And while I can see everything on the camera screen, I can't really see the model too well with my own eyes. This is fascinating. I'm gonna adjust the lights a little bit. Good morning, Oliver. I gotta move.
Maybe try with having one light from behind and one light from above.
That's what I'm gonna do. I got 2 lights in the front, and it's not working. Frickin' peanuts! Chat man, how's it going, my dudes? Okay. I can now see what I'm doing there. See what happens if I...
Oh yeah, how did it go with the desk? Did you manage to fix it?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. How did it do?
Whoa, Oliver, you gotta... Whoa! Check your audio before you jump in here, dude.
I'm talking on my phone doing dishes.
Hold on, I gotta bring you way down. I'd say something for me?
Hello, Steve. How's it going?
That's way better.
Well, I'm doing dishes. Watch you. Okay, I can just jump in here.
How you doing?
It's not gonna be a pain. I'm doing fine.
Is Volkmar wearing gauntlets? I'm gonna say he's wearing gauntlets. Okay.
But did you get your desk fixed?
Yeah, I went all the way down, and I kept holding the down button, and it grounded until it was done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sitting on it wouldn't have helped.
How's it going, David? Stormbolter sent me this in, opened it up yesterday. Figure I gotta get this guy on the table as soon as possible. Because I've been using, I have a war altar with no warrior priest in it. So I got my regular warrior priest on foot and just sitting inside the chair. And it falls like crazy. I'm gonna go put this guy in and glue him in proper.
Will it be on your side or against you?
What was that?
When he comes on to the table, will you face him or will you use him yourself?
I'll be using him. Jackson and I, we like the same armies, which is frustrating. But to be fair, there are 15 armies in fantasy, and I own 11 of them.
Okay.
So we'll probably.
Did you see the news about the old world?
Sure did. I'm excited.
I'm so ready for it.
Yeah, I'm a little I want to burnt out. Little like I've played a lot of fantasy over the years, and I just want new fantasy.
Yeah, I can understand where you come from. I definitely can.
Like I've played it consistently, nonstop. We had like a year and a half hiatus, but nonstop fantasy for years. And don't get me wrong, I still love it.
Yeah, but you can also look at this way, Steve. That basically you plus some different YouTubers, but basically some of them keep the Warhammer fantasy alive.
I don't know if that's true. I appreciate the kind words, but I mean,
I know Total Warhammer also helped a lot with that, but still, you put it always into the people's eyes. That's always, fair. And when it's fine happening, of course you're going to be burned out.
Hey,
Figures
Chris,
a
how's it
lot of
going?
energy and time to get it done.
Does anybody else have a weird leg? Aaron or
On the camera which got molded, yes, it's a bit, but not ruining everything.
oh, interesting.
It's it's stuttering a bit.
I think I know what it is actually.
Yeah, there's a little distortion.
In the audio?
Not in the audio, in the video for me.
Yeah, it's in the video, but I think one of y'all was lagging for a minute when you were talking. It just it's actually from the channel, but it may have cleared up.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's HJ. His sounds good.
I know what the problem is. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, I go through Steve for a second there.
I know what the problem is. I gotta get around my desk. Gotta go disconnect it all. Thank you, Aaron. We all know that's the case.
So how old is that model?
Oh, jeez. Probably pre-5th edition.
Damn.
All right.
Well, he's old.
There we go. Everything's for Chris now. Yeah, looks like we're moving good. All right.
Yeah, it looks good.
I plan on taking the day off today. I'm gonna paint this guy up, and then I'm gonna go. I'll probably go run a load of garbage to the dump, and then just watch TV and movies.
Yeah, you need to take a break. I'm going to go back outside in a little bit and finish my lean-to for my tractor that I started building a couple of years ago.
Oh, geez. I forgot to turn down my desktop audio and that real quick. So that everybody doesn't get a bit of echo coming through. That was the problem.
So, Steve, did you check out that Dirty Down Rust?
Yes, I am definitely ordering some. I actually forgot. Thank you for mentioning it. I will do that today. That there are a bunch of things in order from a bunch of stores. Followed Hobbies is absolutely driving me bananas. They'll take an order from you. They'll take your money, and then they'll give you a notification saying it won't be made for 6 to 8 weeks. And there's no way to contact them for updates or anything.
Well, that's gonna make me pissed.
Yeah, it's better than I've been ripped off once with some bolt action I ordered, and it was decent looking company, but it had creation date of like last year. The company's been around, and then it was like $150 that they gypped me out of, and then when I complained to PayPal, they sent that it was delivered, and it was just a PayPal closed the case, but they just sent a delivery notification that they found for somebody else in some other area that's close to my area, but wasn't me, and I had to go to the post office, and they're like, "Yeah, that's not your house." PayPal ended up getting me my money back, but there's just so many rip-off artists, especially if they show that they've only been around for a year.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of China.
Anytime I order anything off of eBay or anything, I just assume it's not coming. It's a risk. It's a gamble. Aaron R., remember 50 months. Happy belated birthday, brother. Thanks for all the backups in honor of your birth. I won't say anything shitty about Peter Rabble this month. Good on ya. Spoons, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, hello.
What's been the longest time you guys waiting for something to arrive?
Longest wait for some to arrive. I'd say I'm doing that right now. I ordered some thin cement, and the shipping dates they gave me were between September 17th and October 19th.
When did you order it?
August.
Okay, then I'll wait longer than you.
My worst
Fries.
one was how do you probably gonna get myself in more trouble just saying this again, but ordered some stuff from my local gaming store, the Bunker store. It was Necron cards and I can't remember something else. 6 weeks later, I just went to the Games Workshop web store and ordered it directly from them, and it was delivered to my house in like 4 days. I think it would be 5 business days. And like all this whole time, the store is like constantly trying to get their orders filled. I think we got problems getting stuff shipped out. We got delays all over the place, and then it came from they got that order another 2 weeks later. I believe it was more than 2 months, maybe closer to 3 months before they got it in their store. And these things get shipped out of the same depot in Memphis.
Jesus Christ. The longest I waited was 7 months.
I have one that could technically top that because it was a year, but I also know for a fact, because I used to work for the guy, that the order didn't get placed until a couple weeks before it came in. The guy just was being lazy.
Yeah, that happens too. I've had
In
that
my-
problem with my local store as well, Max.
In my case, I think late. I can't really think of one that's been super delayed, but well, my share broke last year. I paid for a rush delivery. It took about a month and a half or so for it to get there or be even shipped. I think that's one of the longest one for me.
Chris Thacker just said something very interesting. I assume you saw the Old World update this week. Interesting that 2023 is the 40th anniversary for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. That I find is fascinating because I will bet anything that we're not gonna see Warhammer Fantasy in 2023.
I don't think so either.
No, but we might see a more concrete
Yeah,
bit of information
we
on
can
it.
probably see.
Yeah, I would expect an anniversary announcement, but yeah, it's not gonna come out. Man, I would be so happy if it did though.
Well, you should never say never.
No,
That's
it's
one
not.
thing I
It's.
learned.
I'm saying no. I'm saying I'm willing to put anything on it. Doesn't it make sense? It doesn't make
Like you
sense
are
to bring.
willing to put on that there was not going to be a Horus Heresy point
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, but I
Still
mean,
lost
look,
that.
and here's Steve's arrogance again, though. I'm not even joking. I am almost always right, but nobody is ever always right. And I was wrong that time, but I was almost right.
Well, you got a free army out of it, so.
Sure. One way or another, I win.
That's true. But yeah, it'll be interesting if it happens. But if it's going to happen, it's going to be like in December.
No,
Right at the
they
end of
would
the
not
year.
put out a flagship game in December. So if it comes out in December, that's kind of a bad thing for us, no? Because that means it's not a flagship game. It's like one of their. Oh, you know what? Ah, dang it. Spoons, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
I can't say, but you know what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Spoons and I are having a private conversation right now.
It's possible, but I mean, we'll see. All I know is all my releases are covered, and that I have to book it to sell my Imperial Guard before those new infantry come out.
Interesting. How's it going, Nick? How you doing, buddy? Oh, that reminds me. I gotta get back to a bunch of texts. I'll put $20 on that. Does ship in 2023. All right, Chris, you want to do that bet? I got another bet going, and you know what? I want to be wrong.
Don't think you're the only one that wants to be wrong. But if that's going to happen, how long is it going to be before, other than Chaos and what's the faction called now? The Bears one.
The what one?
Or the one that Rise on Bears?
Oh, the Kislev.
A Kislev. How long before they're gone to another faction comes out? Probably like 4 or 5 months.
Well, they don't have to put factions out right away, because, I mean, you'll have Kislev and Cathay. We keep arguing about this in the store. Jackson's convinced that the starting armies won't be Kislev and Cathay. I'm like, no, kid, you're very, very wrong. It's Kislev and Cathay.
I think it's going to be Kislev.
No,
I
Kislev
can
and Chaos.
see-
it's
I can see it not
1,000%
being-
going to be Kislev and Cathay.
I could see it not being both of them because GW would want to put out a non-human faction to go with it.
No, because you'll have bears. I want to be clear. I love arguing. I don't know shit.
Oh no, I'm sure
but
the bears.
There's the bears, and there's dragons, and golems, and cool like air balloon things. No, we don't need a non-human faction.
Well, they could come out with 4 factions. Then it'd be going like 2 older factions, like the Cafe and then the Bear faction.
Gonna do
and then
2 starter
Chaos
boxes at
and
release.
Chaos Demons.
Yeah, so I agree with you that they could do those 2 and then just re-kick out Chaos again. Just boom, boom, boom.
So remember
They
what
got
I'm
that
saying,
already
guys. I'm
lined
saying it's not going to be. Oh, hey, it's not going to. It's a starter box because of that.
Yeah. But yeah, Chaos is easy because it attacks both of them, or it's at least on the borders with both. And there's both a lot of lore with both those factions and Chaos.
All right, so Thacker and I got a deal, or sorry, a bet going. Everybody's got to remember this one. I can't be 0 for 2 on my channel bets.
Well, you can always just delete this video if
100% going to do that if I lose.
You are.
you made it with it, prove it, and now Chris Thacker's taking screenshots.
Hey man, deep fakes, Photoshop.
I mean, those deep fakes are pretty good.
Hi, Mark.
How's it going, buddy?
See, man, y'all had me all ready. I was going to go outside and work on this lean-to. I think I'm just going to sit here and listen to y'all and paint.
That's also great. But of course, it can also take a legs on us and basically say, okay, it's going to be orcs and undead. Okay,
Great
great.
kings!
I'll be okay with that.
So like some Tomb Kings, because basically, okay, everything is ready for cafe and all that. No, it's just orcs.
Is this going to be the edition orcs, or I'm sorry, not orcs? Undead's fine. Oh no, actually, Undead was fine in 8th edition. Because every other edition, Undead has been too strong, except for 8th edition.
Wasn't the 8th where they had the tournament comp though?
No, everybody had a tournament comp. Like the Swedish comp ended up being the main comp, but everybody had minor things. Like even orcs had a boost in the Swedish comp. They got an extra 100 points, but like they had no restrictions or anything.
Well, if the orcs is going to have the same rules as, or what was it now? Basically, you lost your command and half of your army fled in the first turn, something like that. Then there needs a little more points.
Chris,
You know what's going to happen, Steve?
one second. I have to mock Chris for one quick second. Chris, I do not want you to like e-transfer or PayPal the money. I want one of your America 20s, and I'm gonna frame it and put it on the wall of like this the time that American arrogant jackass, nicest guy I've ever met.
Make him
Nicest guy I've ever
sign.
met. We're not gonna say that. This American lost.
Why not just also add to it that he has to come up and hand deliver it to you?
I am slowly want to change that whole like Canadians are nice stereotype single-handedly with one community at a time.
Well,
The second you
Canadians are nice right into this war, and the Canadian soldiers, they're not nice.
So
All
you're
6
going
of
to
them?
pose You're gonna post a Jackson Bill, who's on Jackson. You're gonna put old Indian killer on your wall.
And I can rewrite history. I can see whatever I want.
I mean, putting old Indian killer on your wall is very Canadian of you. Especially when you frame it.
I'll make sure I post a picture right next to it of when the Canadians burnt down the White House.
Well,
Sorry,
that could
pretty
happen.
sure we're rewriting history
Also-
so that doesn't exist anymore.
Steve, you know what's going to
Never
happen in
happened.
Cold War, right? The army books are going to be carbon copies of WAP.
No.
But well, while we talk about what armies do you guys really want to come out?
Okay, so
Stop playing.
they already said all of our existing armies are gonna be playable. So basically, you're asking what doesn't. I don't want Trudeau bucks either. No, you're getting a Trudeau buck, Chris. I can see this bet. I'm mailing you a Canadian 20.
Well,
I
to
want Araby.
counter to that, Araby.
Hmm.
That's a Normans. Okay.
I want new dogs.
But
in
the
war.
way I was talking about this, Steve, was not because people has the army. No, the army needs to come out again first before you can collect them. So you can choose everything. For me, it's the Bretonians.
So we had a nice conversation. It was brief, but we had a nice conversation in the store yesterday after the live stream, where the artwork showed Bretonians and
Orcs.
no, well, more importantly, Bretonians and Tomb Kings. So I maintain those are not going to get new models. They're just, hey, you can use your Bretonian Tomb King models.
I mean, outside of some newest Shopty, I don't really care about the Tomb King line getting revamped. I have everything already.
A new Bretonian line will look really cool, but I also think AOS could do Bretonians real justice.
I think Bretonians could fit into
if the
AOS.
Bretonians fit into Age of Sigma, fuck yes.
But like, they can't be. They have to like Sigmarize them, right? Like they have to have like maybe their Pegasus Knights are like Centaur Pegasus Knight type deal things. You know what I mean? Like maybe they merge with their horses, and not everybody, but
I would like to be able to
from
get
my
a
opinion-
Necro Sphinx for under $300. That's what I want.
Under 300. Jesus,
There's-
mate.
There's some expensive ones that I keep stumbling upon. I'm like, why?
To be honest, right now, I just want the Green Knight. I almost have him. I just need the fucking shield, but I can't find the shield to a reasonable price.
oh, I got one. You need one?
Can you send it to Denmark?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on a second. I think I'm pretty sure I got one. Oh, a real Chaos Store farming would be actually amazing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet.
I think I have.
But wasn't Chaos Dwarf already in a way in Warhammer Fantasy? Wasn't the crew on the Chaos Artillery, something like that?
Okay, so message me on Wednesday. Until I get back to you and keep your messaging me. I'm 90% certain I have one in my bits box on my desk at work.
Okay, should on mail or Discord?
Discord, I'll get a ping on my phone, so Discord.
Okay. Fucking hell, that's nice. But that's what I really want to see back is basically Bretonians.
They better not change the damn scale. I think they will. I think they're a little bit gonna be. I'll bet they'll be a little bit bigger. I thought AOS ghouls were. Yeah. Kind of what we all think.
Maybe they're going to be better because then Games Workshop have the excuse to they're going to cost more because there's more into it.
Aren't they doing Forge World for the Old World lines?
People keep saying that. I don't know where that rumor started from. I've not seen anything to back that up. I'm not saying that's not true. I have no idea where that rumor has come from, though.
I'm sure a chunk of the special in rare units will be
that's
on there,
probably
though.
going for Force World. If that happens, well, you need to be ready to offer your armor, like get everything.
Ah, hell. I mean, everything's already super expensive anyway.
I do appreciate the shipping time on Forge World, though. They get those to you fast.
I check every day on Forge World for Core Swing. Every day.
Did you see they put up more Middle Earth pre-orders?
Yes, actually.
The Haradrim getting a new line, which looks nice.
I'm half. Like, I was gonna add to my Rohan. I'm like $90 for 3 Rohan Knights, and they don't even come with the foot version. Like, what's going on with the prices? Let's go on, Todd.
Well, Games Workshop is fucking expensive. Anyways, Forge World is fucking expensive also.
Oh, good, Mark McGuire. I thank you for the happy birthday. This is the one. Okay, no, actually, no. Yesterday was the one day a year. No more happy birthdays. We're done.
You
Yeah,
do know
cool.
that's still gonna happen, right?
Yeah, but I can be mad about it.
Oh, I still remember the times where Dave said to you bad raps.
Feel free to send him a picture of a chaotic potato.
Chaotic potato.
If you come across any, like when you're like peeling potatoes, making dinner, whatever, and a potato looks particularly chaotic, just basically take a picture of it and send it to dave@miniwargaming.com.
Oh,
Nice, but I think those pictures are in the wrong channel.
Oh no, this paint is buggered.
well, to be honest, Dave loves everything that's chaotic, so yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
Leptus.
Man, the new edition for Middle Earth has really gotten people excited about Gondor. Half their line is temporary out of stuff.
Yeah. I think trying to decide whether or not I actually just paint the new Lord of the Rings army. Problem is I haven't painted my Bretonnians yet, and I haven't painted my
Do the one that's going to involve making you money first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But like,
Don't do the one that
it
loses
is-
money.
it's one of my favorite games. I think it's a fantastic miniatures game. Eric Wood, member for 9 months of Peak supporter. Hey Steve, when Dark Tide is fully out, do you plan on doing any membership? Yeah, 100%, Eric. Probably multiple a week because I'm gonna keep pushing through on the painting, but I need to take like a painting break and play some video games. I tend to only play video games when a new one comes out that I like. So like I'll take a break for like Resident Evil and any of those type of games. But we haven't had a good one like those in a while.
Well,
Well,
at some point there is going to come some.
Was that?
Well, at some point there's going to come something. It's not like it's a dead game. It's still popular as fuck.
I like playing, but like the last game I tried to play was Fallout New Vegas. Matthew recommended I play it. I got lost like in the first 20 minutes, and I'm done.
I was
Hmm,
gonna say,
Yeah, I went
didn't you
back to
only
the
play
one-
that for like 3 hours?
What's that?
Didn't you only play that for like 3 hours and get bored?
No, I didn't get 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Not even. It was 20 minutes tops.
Maybe give Necromunda Gang Wars a try. It's pretty fast paced and
That's a video game.
You can get it done in a few hours maybe.
You got a big old contrast shake.
Have a good painting stream. I'm gonna dip out.
Yep.
I've seen people play Dark Tide, the closed beta. Looks so good.
I saw you could have a full squad of Ogren, and that made me happy.
I am only playing the ogre on stream. This way, when I suck and do stupid things, it's because I'm in character.
Nice.
I don't know, I shouldn't probably say this.
Say it.
Are you sure you want to say it?
Well, I mean, is it gonna get me a strike?
No.
Then say it.
I think it's making fun of you, is what it is.
Oh,
Is it
Wait.
because they're
something said.
strong
Not
and
good.
stupid?
Wait, I don't get it.
Are you sure I don't get it?
Who are we making fun of?
I said big, strong, and stupid.
Luca's not stupid.
He's also not very big.
Corrupt might be.
Luke is what? Less than 6 feet, right?
I think he's either like 5'11" or 6. Like he's the shortest of us.
Man, you're all freaks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
No, some of us live in the real world at 5'10".
Oh man. Well, hey,
What is
when
the
you
real
grow
world?
up,
You're funny, Steve.
How terrific.
By the way, Steve, how much growing up do you think we really do? We all play with plastic toys.
every day, and complain about the government taking 30% of my money, so I can't buy more plastic toys.
No, that's you being 41 and like basically a step away from sitting on your porch yelling, "Get off my lawn, you damn kids!"
I already do.
Yeah, buddy, living the dream.
Oh, do you have to be in your 40s to do that? Because I've been doing that, and I'm not 40
I was
yet.
gonna say, I'm 37 and I do that.
You got to be in your 40s so you don't go into debt.
Let's see.
Well, I'm almost 28. I hope this doesn't happen for me.
Oh God, 28.
Oh, baby.
Good
That was a
God.
good year.
Oh, to be so young and to have
you
knees
tell
that
us what-
functioned properly.
That depends how. What is a good year?
My knees didn't even pop back then.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
you
no,
always-
it's 28 is the last year that you will. So you start declining at 25, but you don't start noticing until the end of 28. So 28 is the last year you still feel young and invincible. After that, you get close to that 30.
That's too late, mate.
And then
I'm
every
already
10
feeling old. My back is hurting me.
Yeah, it's the
look,
you stop getting injuries from doing cool things like, oh man, I was trying out new tricks at the skate park or went
Instead,
on a
it's like,
ride.
I sneezed too
slept
hard,
funny.
and now I'm in the
Yeah. I
was
turned
one
you
of the
too
guys who didn't
suddenly.
have really any friends, so I played before the computer all day. Basically,
Look,
the
dude.
weekends, I only
Oh,
eat
no, that's
at
gonna get you some.
dinner.
at the age of 28, you don't throw out your back because you put on a pair of socks.
Yeah.
32 is where you hit and you start realize, oh shit, I'm not gonna die. I better start planning some.
Hold on, everybody. Flammable Hero's got an idea. I figure if we put all our heads together, we can figure this out. Can't we turn
Oh,
this
no.
business into a
Great idea.
non-profit, avoid taxes, and bring wargaming to the underprivileged? How can we pull this off?
So that's
Every
actually-
dollar you
no
make, you
idea.
invest back
Actually,
into
it
the
might be-
channel.
All right,
It
one at a
might be
time.
different in Canada, but I know in the U.S. and it may be the same in Canada. If you can have your channel be for a religion, like this is for my religion, this is a religious organization where we, do our worship effectively. You can be like, oh yeah, it's tax write-off. That being said, I don't
Alright,
know if you want to
everybody.
commit to the to the God Emperor of Mankind or Sigmar
Guys,
or whoever.
this is it. We are creating a religion right now. How many
Alright.
of you are in this chat? So there are 5 of you. You are my first 5 disciples. Disciple spoons.
I got a bad idea about this, a bad feeling about this.
Oliver
Praise
Sneakerly.
be.
That idea already exists.
Look,
Oliver
we already
Peterson is
congregate
using
multiple
his real
times a
name.
week. We have our holy text, the rules.
The rules, yes.
No. Whoa. you cannot use the rules as a holy text because A, it changes all the time, and B, they can be incredibly divided. Never mind, keep going.
No. Yeah,
we
all
are
have
an
to do-
adaptive, progressive religion. We change our rules.
Yeah, no. We can have a canonized set, and then we have the additional scriptures.
So what are we, Catholic now?
Okay, hold on.
Uh,
All right, so
We're-
8th edition is the canonized set because that's not going to change. It's already out. It's done.
We are gonna go by the rules as interpreted by Steve. That is our-
goody.
Well,
No religion has ever
Steve,
failed based
I have
off
a
of
new name for
that.
the religion doesn't have to succeed. It only has to succeed long enough to avoid taxes.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
I didn't know you want to play Logan, Steve.
Chris, you are by default involved in this. You are technically a sponsor of the channel. You are already intertwined and connected.
Query.
Yes.
Stormbolter is, as you've pointed out multiple times, your oldest and most repetitive subscriber. So does that make him like your first disciple?
No, I think he might be our prophet, but he has no power. And is not allowed to speak he's not allowed to speak directly to any of you.
Neither did Erebus, and look what happened there. Okay? I'm just saying. Slippery slope to go from starting a tax-free deltared company so that way we can have all the plastic crack we want to heresy.
Look, do you not want to write off your miniatures as tools of worship?
I do, but I'm just saying we've got to watch him. If he starts sniffing around a heresy bush, we got to put him down.
Look,
Just saying.
he wouldn't be the first prophet that had to get put down for the cause.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
who
I'll
was the
make
first
that
one then?
call. Oh, okay.
If he didn't, he would be the exception.
We're gonna get in so much trouble, but I've saved so many. We're gonna pay like tens of dollars in taxes.
No. I'm not going to get in trouble. My wife's upstairs. I'm fine.
Chris, you are the high priest.
Think of all the easy excuses you could have to watch the streams now. Anyone wants you to do anything? Sorry, gotta go to church.
Yes. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
I don't have to work Tuesdays and Thursdays now.
Because it's your
It's a
religion.
religious holiday.
There you go.
Oh.
I-
Steve's going to single-handedly start a religious war for this too.
I'll do it if I have to. I'll do it if I have
That's
to.
not. I'm gonna
Be
give it
careful what you call
about 2
your
days
religious
before
war.
it got shut down.
No. It's not going to get shut down.
David with the 106. Mr. Birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. Thank you, buddy.
This is a birthday gift to you, Steve.
Oh no.
The
A
tax free.
belated birthday gift.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work in Canada, but I know just off of the dumb stuff we've said already, it's already enough to work in the U.S. legally.
We live in
That
Canada.
Takes work
That-
away in
yeah,
the
no.
U.S.
That's why I
We
said
live in
you want to
Canada,
double-check
we're
the
fine.
Canadian laws.
We're fine. They'll let us
Oh
basically
my
do whatever we
God.
want.
Guys.
All we have to do.
No, hold on.
All
hold
we
on,
have to do,
hold on,
Steve.
hold on,
Hang on,
hold
hang on.
Wait. This is very important because we have to
I
have
saw
context
that,
for
yeah.
this. Flammable Hero, one of our prophets, has named it Steve's Church for the Amalgamated Miniatures, and that is what this church is.
It's fine. That works. Now, all we have to do in Canada, we don't have to look up any laws.
He didn't read chat.
In Canada, all we have to do is claim we're marginalized, and then the government will give us basically whatever
Look
we
at
want.
I have been very
Wait,
You can
impressed by
also
Games
claim to
Workshop.
be an internationally worshipped organization.
Have we gone from a tax evasion to be a government subsidized entity? Is that what I just heard?
I have global followers. There are scammers all over the world.
There are.
Is that your followers?
Yeah, it's Steve's
That's
Church of
what the
Amalgamated
Steve's Church of
Miniatures.
Amalgamated Miniatures. Scam for short. It was perfect.
Wow. I say wow for two
Yeah,
reasons.
that was
One, that
perfect.
took too long to figure out, and two, that's really clever.
Oh. Good luck telling this your boss this, Steve. He's
I
probably gonna
am
look at you like
very
you're
confident that we are doing nothing untoward.
All you
Jesus
do is
Christ.
when it starts to fall apart, you just kind of break off like Martin Luther, or then you become Calvinist. You just keep breaking it down. Just kind of like the mob, they close one sham for another sham.
Hey man, if I have to, I have to.
Well, that's what the mob did in the U.S. They were selling gas, and then before the taxes were due at the end of each quarter, they closed down that company and created another company, sold gas, and they never paid the government taxes back in the 80s.
I love it.
There are a lot of stories of, and then they closed down to avoid paying taxes, but miraculously recovered the following year.
Yep,
Or
different
week.
company.
Yep.
We changed it to incorporate it.
We're gonna attempt to do eyes. I haven't tried to do eyes in actually many years.
Oh no.
Well, you're 41. How's your hands? Are they kind of twitchy or are they stable?
Oh, a little twitchy, but I used that.
Cool. So then you'll have guys with lazy eyes.
My whole army has a googly eye on the left side.
So David, no, I don't share it when it's on a painting stream. But that being said, I am very happy to share the super chats with the boys because let's be honest, we can't do this without them either, right?
Well, now you certainly can, since you're now an organized religion. You need us.
No, I meant Jackson and my altar boys, Jackson and Luca.
Oh my God.
There was
Yeah,
this
he
time
said that. You were saying.
there was this small period of time that Zinch got really tired with the world, so he started having all his followers have one lazy eye, and so there's whole armies of lazy eye guys going into battle.
Which way are we going? I don't know. Are you looking at me? I'm not sure.
Mar, don't look in their left eye.
I have a micron, whatever you call those pen.
Micron pin. Yep.
I have them here. I think mine are too big for eyeballs.
Yeah, that's a problem with the real small guys. For ogres, they're great. For orcs, they're okay.
That's
Yeah,
why you
no,
play
this
Space
one.
Marines.
Oh wait, this one here is too big. It's a size 8. Oops.
Hey, since we have all this knowledge on the channel, can somebody look in
Whoa,
Discord
whoa.
and just kind of tell me? I bought these dwarf hammers. They're real old pewter, and they're all missing something that would be on their back. There's a little spike. Was that a shield back then that they're missing? If somebody's smart enough or old enough.
Where
Yeah,
is it?
that sounds like where they would have the shield on their back. Are they like coralers or
Are they
No,
hold-
this is dwarf hammers. These are the ones that went with the
the
thing.
hammers?
Yep.
Are they holding the
Yeah,
hammers in two
that's
hands
their,
over their head?
What was that?
Are they holding their hammers in two hands over their head?
Yep, that's them.
Yep.
I think it's not a
Yeah,
shield. I think it's a hand weapon.
The hand weapon. It seems odd that they would be a spike because the metal has a round.
No, Plan of Hero said shields. He's gonna be right. I'm not gonna argue him.
No, yeah, that should be their shield peg. Because it was the same with they had the same thing on Quarrelers and Thunderers for their shield. I have some from like way back in like 4th and 6th edition. I think they still had it.
Yeah, they're old. They're decent model. I bought them a long time back, and it's like the Iron Breakers. I had 3 or 4 that were missing shields, and then these guys are every single one of them is missing whatever went on their back.
We do not like eyes.
I never do. So
Just paint them all with sunglasses.
Every one of my miniatures is mid sneeze.
They all took a picture at the same time.
Steve,
Fuck me, goose.
is there a chance for the Rat Man to come back?
In
Love
fantasy?
me some rat, man.
The Rat Man.
You mean in fantasy?
I mean Colin, because he's the Rat Man.
Oh no, he won't be back.
Too much work?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Fuck
I
no,
mean,
I'm
that's
missing.
good because his business is doing well, but also not seeing him is disappointing. No more skating.
Yep.
Who else is going to blow up all their own cannons?
Again, my favorite bat rip was Goblins versus Skaven. It was a race to who kills themselves first.
And for some reason, always the Skaven.
Actually, that one was the Goblins. They it was some rock lobster misfired, died, caused a chain panic, and the entire army fled off the board.
My very first game at mini wargaming was against Owen, and he hit me with a Screaming Skull catapult against my sword masters, and my army just kind of like fled off the field after him. Chain reaction of panic.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It was the worst.
Dude, that uploaded video that was like 5 minutes with Luca was fantastic.
Yeah,
Like,
it's honestly, I love that
That
video.
was hilarious. That was great.
That was amazing.
As soon as I saw that go uploaded, I'm like, is this the one? And it was. I appreciate it. Because I used to be on mini wargaming.
No, it was never on mini wargaming.
No?
Nope.
I
Only on
swear
this
I've seen that
channel.
before.
Yeah, it was on this
I'd
channel
be
before.
interested-
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
interested with the analytics. Did that get a lot of plays? I would think it was great.
Oh yeah, for sure. It has high viewer retention, and you'd be surprised. Like the average viewer watches for like 15 to 20 minutes tops, but that's how long the video was. So worked out well.
So you got them in the end. Good job.
I do have a question because I've been looking into them. The Leagues of Votan.
Uh-huh.
Have you? You mentioned really enjoying it. How's that
No, I
campaign
didn't.
coming along? Didn't you?
No.
Said you guys enjoyed it. So
Oh, I mean, yes. Sorry.
it's the campaign.
I enjoy everything I do on camera.
Well,
No, because
is
you
that
mentioned
what
doing
you're
like
gonna need
we were
to say?
redoing the whole campaign to do
Or
it
not
in
need to
studio
say?
because you enjoyed
Oh,
doing
you
the
mean that?
campaign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Steve, that's a lie.
Sorry, I didn't mean like, oh yeah, you really like the Leagues of Votan. It's the campaign with the Leagues of Votan. That campaign.
Sorry, yeah, I have to remember that. Like, that is a lifetime ago for me. I have filmed a bunch more since then, so I always forget. Like, what are we talking about? I'm also thinking about the last thing I did.
Oh yeah.
Is Clone
The
over
video
good? I don't
archives.
know. I don't know, but I don't expect him to be back anytime soon. Like, there's thought that he'd be back for when we went back to the Saturday streams, but
I don't think anybody's coming back, dude. The way the market and everything else is going, we're gonna be working forever. The Fed over here keeps going in the wrong direction.
okay. So like, I know it's different. And hey, Sir Molter, I know it's different. Like every part of the world's a little bit different, but like, it's not great over here right now, economy wise, right? Like everybody needs to work.
It's getting bad. It's actually the used car market's about to crash, and then afterwards the housing market's going to crash. It's just if they keep raising interest rates. I mean, basically the banks
Back in 2
are
seconds.
holding the notes of all these cars, but they're all losing value. So now that just like the old housing market bubble that crashed, that's going to crash. Because during COVID, everybody bought cars because they didn't want to be on transit.
It's not going great in Denmark either. I can tell you that much.
Well, we're all mirroring each other basically. A lot mirrors off of our market, and then European market is was very strong too. So, and then England's just kind of shitting on themselves.
Well,
We've got to dry.
they, that whole situation in the UK is just, it was amazing to see how much of a hit the pound took when Elizabeth passed.
So could you say that it took a pounding?
Well, the other thing, 3 weeks ago, the financial system almost collapsed in England because what happens is the pensioners and stuff like that, for every dollar they pay out like retirement for us in the U.S., if you Social Security and stuff, they have to have a dollar, usually 50-50, like whatever you have, you put in that's on hold. Well, what they do is because the interest rates were so low, They just thought endless credit, you could just get it from the banks. And well, with the it almost got to 8% over in England, so they almost defaulted on the pension payments, and that's going to go back to the banks. But I don't know. It'll get worse before it gets better, but we'll come out of it. It's just no retirement for me for a long time now.
I don't know. I'm a single man. I've owned my home for almost 15 years. Working a pretty good job, and things for me, like I had plenty of disposable cash for forever, right? Like just wasting everything all the time. But as it stands right now, the way things are, this channel is the only reason why I'm able to keep going. Like this channel is very profitable. Thank you guys all. Appreciate you all. Can't do it without you. Which is keeping me like basically if I didn't have this channel, I'd have to leave mini wargaming and go back to real work.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Damn.
And I'm not cut out for real work anymore.
I was gonna say, I can tell you that it's not as fun as you might think it was.
Well, don't get me wrong, I do miss actual work now and then. But no,
Really?
like, yeah, no, honestly, like I used to work outside, right? Like I miss doing things every now and then. But then it's like, no, I wouldn't last 5 minutes outside.
Not in the South down here, man.
Yeah, fair. Well, where I live is super humid in the summer, and I hate that.
I was
Like,
gonna
it's not
say,
as
it's
humid as
got to be
parts
a
of the
drier
South.
heat, right?
No, the South is pretty humid.
Yeah, it depends on where you're
Yeah.
at. So, like, if it's towards Texas, it's a drier heat, but if you're like more East Coast side, it is humid as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Georgia
they're
and
by the
Florida
lakes
and
up
stuff.
there, so they get a lot of humidity. Same thing. We're by the Gulf down here, so it's just like tropical nightmare.
The only thing I can say about Denmark is, let's just say that the summer is interesting. Either it's pouring down with rain, or it's so dry you can, with nothing, start a fire on the grass.
Crazy.
So you're like Canada.
Hey, in
I think
Denmark,
it's,
Sorry.
I think
hold on.
it's a lot easier to say it's like Britain.
Guys, I have to issue a correction from our prophet flammable hero. We can't say things like the business is profitable anymore. The church is flourishing.
There you go.
Thank you, flammable hero.
what are you paying taxes over in Denmark? Is it like 40%?
I'm betting more.
I think 45. It's really depends on what region you are in Denmark. But I think I'm paying 45%.
So is it more in the cities and less in the country?
No. Region for region.
Oh, okay.
There's a city or region just above mine, I think it is, paying 50%. So basically, half of it go to the state.
We had a guy working with us years ago, Lee. He was from Iceland. He's back there now, but he tells stories like it's 50% for pretty much taxing, and everything was so expensive over there. He would show us the price of like just a mattress or whatever. It's just insane.
But of course,
I don't know how you guys
I'm
get by.
happy with paying this amount of tax because the security we have with the state is actually really nice.
How so and why?
We don't need to pay for the healthcare.
Yeah, neither do I, but I can't afford to pay for my medication over in this freaking country.
It depends on how bad the medication. If it's life threatening, so basically you need to have. I think the state's going to pay most of it for you.
No, see, here's the thing. I'm not. 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago? A year ago? 2 years ago? It doesn't matter. A little over a year ago. There was a period where I was spending just under $1,000 a month on insulin out of pocket.
Jesus.
And like there's like
that got crazy.
there's like a government program type thing for exactly that, where it's supposed to like help you pay for whatever. But four times they lost my paperwork and have no record of me applying. So like at that point I'm like, once weird, twice coincidence, 3 times. Come on, 4 times like I don't think this is a real program.
The program wasn't funded at that time. They were like, "Oh, we need to lose some more paperwork."
Oh no! Shit. I bought some new
What
AK
the-
interactive metallic paints to use on this guy today, and I left them at the studio.
Oh no.
Well, we're going the old road then. I just want to get it done.
But Steve, when you order that Dirty Down, I'd buy all three: the moss and the Verigris, the copper. The copper looks fantastic.
I plan on it. I mean, like, I love tools that make my life easier.
Oh my god, dude, the rust! I was so scared, but you glob it on, man. The more you glob it on, the different amounts will be dry, more like brownish rust, and
Hey,
then
so,
the others will be more orange.
When it comes in, I'm gonna do some videos on it because it almost seems like too good to be true.
Look at the Opus artist Opus. He does a video and it's just like freaking like it's time lapse as it dries. You're not so sure when you first put it on, but as it dries, you're just like, oh my god, that's good. No more like layering 10 different colors for rust.
That sounds nice.
Well, it'll be nice to paint, but I really can't.
Well, how I
The
do,
temperature is too bad for me to go outside and spray, so I'm just building miniatures and miniatures out of miniatures.
Why don't you get a little small airbrush just to do the coating? And I mean, you got to get a hood, I guess, but you know, if you're old enough, then
I
you're
have
not gonna
it,
live that long. Don't worry about it.
Let's just say that I don't live in a really good apartment to doing it.
Yeah, gotcha. Space and how they deal with things.
Yeah.
Now, over
So
here,
I
it's gonna
can
say
I can
smoky
easily
lid.
do it. I've done it before, but it's not great afterwards. So it's only last chance I'm gonna do with the airbrush. But yeah, well that's fine. That's just mean I have a lot of miniatures ready to summer.
I
Kind of
question
how I
is-
gear it up.
asked this
Then the
yesterday.
question is it going to be painted or not?
Do you
During
think you're going to have a
stream, I
harsh
asked about
winter over
heresy.
there?
That really depends. That's the thing about Denmark nowadays is where the wind come from. If it come from Germany, it's not going to be that hard. It's coming from Norway. That's be ready to be minus 10, minus 20 degrees if you're unlucky.
Are y'all being hit by the energy crisis real bad over there?
Oh
Or
yes,
y'all
we
get-
are.
So the prices are for oil and everything is crazy.
There's one of my colleagues on the work. She got a extra bill in for like I think it was 4,500 Danish crowns extra.
Yeah.
What's that? And can
Yeah.
convert that?
It's a
I
ton
think
of
7.5 Danish crowns, like a pound or something like that. Pound,
Wow.
American dollar.
It's going to cost them probably $3,000 more each person a winter to not freeze to death, right? About that.
Yeah.
So there'll be some people that will freeze to death.
There is actually people right now that's basically moved to a camping site because it's a lot cheaper. Or there's people that's basically moved together.
Yeah. The huddle together that way you can defer the cost maybe during winter and do. Yeah. This stuff's unprecedented. I mean, what happens is when this stuff happens, you don't see the repercussions 6 or 7 months later, and that's when the bad stuff happens. Starvation, fuel costs.
Yeah,
you get
the
so
fuel
cold over
is-
there, you're gonna die.
And it does not help that the oil cartel is basically producing less oil. I can't say it in English. The black stuff.
Correct. OPEC reduced oil production by 2 million barrels a day to kind of keep their profits, keep it stable. When usually it declines in price during winter because lots of people are vacationing. But it's not going to be that way now. They're making. I don't know if they're just taking it out on Europe in a way.
Probably, huh? But to be honest, a lot of the other people is basically fault in this. Thought they could get cheap gas and all that, and now we're gonna shoot them in the foot. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, we have done it before, and we can do it again. We just need to stick together and be stubborn.
Yep. Good. You know who the friends are after that.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody's your friend till the rent's due.
Yes, and as far as I can see, a lot of what's happened, the Europeans have moved closer together, and also with the help of our friends from America and Canada, we're getting the gas from there that we need. Of course, it could be more expensive, more slow, but we're getting what we need.
Yeah,
And
build
also all the
For
gas chambers around, I think it's already full for this coming winter. So it's going to be tough, but we're going to go through it.
Who do you think bombed the pipeline?
Okay, hold on. No.
That's a little
Oh,
too
sorry.
high.
No.
That's
We're done.
No,
We're done.
that's
We're
not
done.
a trivial
Hey,
question.
everyone shut up. We're done. You're gonna rile me
Got
up. You're gonna get me in trouble.
All right.
I have
I
strong
just want to say that
opinions.
Steve did it.
We don't talk about them on the Warhammer channel.
Gotcha. I'm done. I'm good.
all right.
I was going to say that
apologize.
Steve did it.
Yeah.
You
No,
guys
it's
got
not
my
right.
church in trouble.
It was Sigmar.
But let me
Look, we
tell
don't
you,
need
Sigmar,
to
representative of the
associate.
heavens, demands you
If
change to
Sigma did
solar.
it, he's going to be in trouble with Allura.
We don't need to associate our new church with these kind of things this fast.
These associations and allegations are unheard of. And
Isn't that
unacceptable.
what always happens?
Flammable hero.
My apologies. I got too easy. We'll talk about something else.
yeah.
Okay.
Has anyone else gotten into the Dark Tide beta?
Nope.
It's pretty cool.
I have
That's
seen
right.
Rita
Yeah,
Game playing it.
Yeah, the character creation is neat. You do get to customize your characters, except for the ogre. Really, you get to pick some stuff, but ogre has less than everyone else because the ogre is like, I am the ogre, and everyone else is like, oh, you get to be like this person from the Imperium. So they've got you got a bunch of background stuff you can do, and during that course, you'll pick your character's body type. If you're playing the male or female versions, their voice. There's like 3 voices per character per body type, and then
But
you
can
get
you
to pick
be
all your different background
queen?
stuff, which will change like your initial outfit and color and stuff.
I can't wait for it to come out proper so I can play it too.
Hey, can you play people like from the Necromunda worlds?
You could be a ganger, a former ganger.
Ooh.
You can also be a Cadian. Cadian
Don't need the
survivor.
Cadians. Cadian's not important.
How dare you?
Because if you're going to be from the gang world, I'm going to be, what's it called? Isha.
Yeah, no. So
Think
you
it's
can, you could be from Hive Worlds, formerly a ganger kind of a thing. I don't know if it lets you pick your specific gang. It's just like you could be a ganger.
Well, that's easy. Pick from the gang world and be a female. That's basically the faction.
Yeah, for Necromunda, that would be. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a bunch of you who are gonna want to play. How are we gonna organize this, guys?
I have no idea. That's good for us, Steve. It's not our problem. It's your problem.
Yeah, no. See, here's the thing. It's gonna be your problem because I'll go fuck it. I'll pay myself.
Oh no. Well, guys, I think we have a problem. Our overlord can't figure out a thing, so we need to do it for him.
Yeah.
Look,
Well,
if
that's
you need
not
a healer,
He's
that means you're not
delegating.
dealing enough DPS. So
Yeah, we allocate the problem to the other guys. Now you need to figure it out. Okay, great. Where do we start?
what paint is that?
Oh, no,
that you just
not my problem
wasted?
anymore. Great, thanks. But no, it's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun to play that game.
Yeah, there's speculation that you will be able to play multiple of the same class.
I've
Yeah,
seen
but
pictures
I-
of 4 ogres.
Yeah, no. So, I have unfortunately I've gotten through character creation a bunch of times, but I've only gotten to actually play it a couple because they keep having it is a beta. So I've had like back end issues where they're just like couldn't connect to server backend issue. And I was like, that
Oh.
sucks.
That's normal.
Yeah, and it's like, closed beta makes sense. I'm not upset about it.
How many of you got in?
Was it just me?
Stormbolter's in
so.
as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, no, I made Katie and Sharpshooter, and that was fun.
So you make a Vindicator, isn't that what it's called?
You don't get to make an assassin. It's a member of the Militarum in some fashion, but it is the current rules, because I know they made some changes in like the new codex that's coming out for the Astra Militarum. So it is like there are still veterans, there are still like regular Tempestus and conscripts and stuff like that. It's not whatever the new rules that are going to be supplanting those are.
I wonder if the new guard rules will include the auto wound on 6s. Because I saw people running a ton of conscripts, and that was nasty.
I mean, conscripts are gone from what I've seen in the new codex from the previews they dropped.
Okay.
They're still locking in at 4 players, though, right?
Currently, it is still locked at 4 players, but yeah, you can have 4 of the same class, which it makes a lot more sense for Darktide in the storyline so far. Again, not a lot of story stuff has come out. Just like the basic premise of why you're there and stuff.
So what I'm gonna do when it drops is I'm not gonna I'll load it, come online, and start the story with whoever wants to start the story. And that's how I'm gonna play it. I won't play it all single player. And see how far we get as a group.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So each band of initiates goes out, and when they die, they die. Cycle in. That'd be fun.
Assuming like the Imperium.
Exactly. It would be really funny to go through, though. In honor of the new religion, the first campaign is all priest.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Or whatever I want to do. That's how I run my religion.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster. But probably going to be fun. The first 5 minutes.
Stormbolter, I'm only playing as an ogre. We're getting this guy done. Well, done enough for camera.
Good enough for comment work.
Who's got time to spend all day in a miniature?
You
I
have.
know some people.
I really don't. I got too many to do.
Well, to be honest, it's your work, so you have time for it, because it's your work.
I'm only going to do this guy today. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. You already said that.
I'm always amazed when you're painting a miniature. As soon as you start putting on Bugman's glow, I'm like, it's a real miniature now.
I
Got
love
flesh.
Bugman's Glow. My Votan, all
It's
their
so
bases are dry brushed with it.
Yeah. Such a good color. That's whenever I put that on, I just feel like now it looks like a model. Like you paint a bunch, you got metal pieces, you got things. It's like, okay.
So
But when they get a face,
But
when they get a face, it's kind of like it's ready to go.
there are a number of paints that are like specialty in that regard. It's like Pallid Witch Flesh, Steel Legion Drab, Incubi Darkness, Sotek Green. These are the things that every model needs in one spot or another, I find.
I don't think they need Pelwich Fletch, because every paint I have them is fucking shit.
Pallid Witch Flesh is the only white-ish paint of Citadel I'll actually use. I'm just done with their whites.
Do you like the apothecary contrast?
I don't dislike it. I use it.
I use the white, but I use more as a light gray.
Yeah, I just want to go like gray. But that, and then I'll edge highlight a sharp white, and it gives the effect I want.
I
Yeah,
recently
okay,
bought an
play-
agitator, and I found that was a lot of my issues. Was some of the stuff was separated so badly that even a lot of shaking didn't bring it back. But that little Lab Genius oscillator,
Yep.
man, just brings the pain. And I was like, all right, I was doing it wrong. I just wasn't shaking it for 30 minutes and wasting my time enough.
Yeah, I have an Intelab Vortex mixer, and without it,
Yeah, Vortex is. Ooh, you
Yeah,
need it
that's the
for
word I'm looking
context.
for. Vortex. Yep. Yeah, it's made me change a couple of the paints that I was just going to be like never use, but it actually does pretty well.
I must say, after I got the Vortex, it's so easy now. So I think it's almost a requirement to have a Vortex.
frustrating that you need it, but whatever.
Well, either that or shake your paint for like 5 minutes every time.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I paint without for years. I didn't really need one or have one. I just recently got one because I was like, man, it is a waste of time to shake some of this. Some of the stuff with less pigments is already pretty much good to go, but these ones that have a lot of separation, some of the contrast, the Space Wolf's contrast, I don't know if I still like that or not.
I do, but I think you said something that kind of is true for me. It's only been the last couple of years. I don't think it's been this bad in the past.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I agree. So I think with the Vortex, I was like, oh shoot, that's a whole different color. But then again, I also think they shouldn't make it that hard for people that don't have those things.
Yeah, but that's of course different from paint company to paint company.
Yeah,
Everything is different.
Vallejo is the least amount of effort, and their paints are really good. Army Painter, I just don't use anything anymore from them.
Oh, I use a lot of Vallejo.
Vallejo's
like
great, and the
Citadel.
price is good. Huh?
I like Citadel, but I don't like the paint pots.
Yeah, I agree. I just knocked one over the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, there goes like $4.
The worst, of course, some of my context I done it with, but the plastic cement for Tamir.
Yeah, Tamira's great.
Yeah,
I got some of that on order right now too.
hit it on the ground, hit it, turn around, and basically all the glue was on the table. Just think, no.
When I got back into painting, I was trying to glue miniatures. I was gluing more miniatures onto my hand. Okay, my fingers got 2 extra arms now.
Did you use super glue or what?
Yeah, I was doing old, man. When I first got back into it, I didn't have Tamira or anything like that. I was just like doing super glue, what I had around.
I
Without
some new glue.
an accelerator.
Some new super glue that I really like. Logitech super glue creation. It's like a gel. I have this for like, you know, when you have super glue and you close it, it's not going to be great when you open it again.
Yeah.
With this, I have this for like, what is it now? 8 months, and I'm still using the same one.
What's the name again?
Loctite. Loctite.
Loctite.
Loctite. Yeah.
Well, you said it's something different.
Well, you need it at some point, but I really like it. It's a little bit expensive for me. It's like, what, 16 Danish crowns, but I like it.
Yeah, it's good. They make a lot of the super glues. They make like the caulk guns, man. Once you open that tube, it's you got one use and you're done. It's just gonna dry or not be right.
Yeah, not with this one. I
I
really
think
like
Gorilla
it.
Glue works pretty well.
What was it?
Glue has worked pretty well for me personally.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been using
Except
them.
for, like, I've got a couple of the old Land Raiders where it's like metal on resin. That does not work well with Gorilla Glue. Metal on metal, great. Plastic on plastic, great. Trying to put the two together with it, useless.
Well, I have not tried that yet. But when I'm going to try it with this glue, I can tell you how I feel about it.
Yeah, no. Personally, I've been very impressed with Gorilla Glue for most of my minis.
But while we talk about the resin, when do you guys think it's gonna
you,
the Thousand Suns is gonna come out on Forge World for Horus Heresy?
Does anybody even care? No, I didn't even mean. Sorry, I didn't even mean that as a joke. Like, they took so long putting things out. I'm worried that Heresy's dead.
It probably is, man. In the stores around me, I mean, I hate to say it, that they're not playing it.
Yep, same.
You know,
It completely died off. I mean, I remember a couple weeks ago somebody said it in chat. I'm like, no, it's going strong here. What are you talking about? It's going great everywhere. And then a week later, done. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's playing it, nobody's buying it, not a single box. So at my store, couldn't keep Heresy on the shelf. And then the last batch that came in, not a single thing's been sold.
Yeah, same. They sold the pre-orders and they did okay for that, but nothing. Nobody's even playing it at the store.
Oh, it's so sad. I love it so much.
I
It's
like
so
it better.
fun.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with that basically everybody bought everything they need from the start, and there's nothing new has come out.
Possibly. But why are they not playing it?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
why
know.
wouldn't-
I don't live close to a store. The closest store for me is like an hour away. I don't have a car, so I can't really do that.
Fair point. Yeah, I don't want it to go. I don't want it to die. We have a group coming in next week. I think it's next week or the week after. It's our big Heresy group, a bunch of Heresy buddies. So we're gonna play Heresy a lot. Yeah, many wargaming. We're gonna play a lot of it and see how well it does. And hopefully there's still a market for it. But I'm already seeing slight diminishing returns on Heresy backups on my channel.
But you're going to see that from, Games
Everything.
Workshop is going to see that as a huge indicator.
What do you mean?
Just the sales. If they had the big sales in the beginning and then everything else, the smaller boxes are just not moving and they're not getting pre-orders from store or extra orders from stores, they probably got people that just crunch those numbers all day long.
Well, I mean, so the economy's down. It's going to affect them too.
Yeah, correct.
We're seeing in my area a slight resurgence in the 40K, but now this is probably very localized to us. But our store is super all gung ho boy Necromunda. Like, they're always playing it in there. They're buying
Maybe
models.
it's because it's not a lot of models you need to play the game, and it's a quick and fast game. So you don't need to use that much money on it.
So Chapman says, if Heresy went under that fast, what chance does Fantasy have? Now, granted, this isn't perfect information, but from mini wargaming like data standpoint, when Heresy and Fantasy were still going at the same time for us, Fantasy always tremendously outpaced Heresy, even at Heresy's height. So I'm not even remotely worried about Fantasy. Like, at all.
I wouldn't be either.
I made a living off of
Especially
Fantasy.
Total War. I mean, Total War has done. I mean, all the Total War games have always done very, very well for the number of people and interest. So it's kind of
That's
like it's
true.
always kicking there, and they're supporting that, and they're growing it. I mean, so it's kind of like being in the news type of thing. It's it's all good news.
Yeah, but
so
I
at
don't
least for as long
know
as they're
how much. I guess it would have to. Total War drives some sales to Fantasy. I mean, you can still buy many, if not most, armies from Games Workshop. Yeah, fantasy's
good
always been
movie.
more popular than Heresy Trap, man.
And fantasy does well enough. They still have the Dark Elf line. It's a pain to find, but you can still buy it.
Yeah, well, the Dark Elves, the Lizardmen, Warriors
Well, the
of Chaos.
Seraphon, I don't care because they got a proper conversion into AOS. They're not great in it, but they're there.
Oh, the old world might bomb, but fantasy still has a strong community that won't change. Yeah, so the old world, even if it bombs, is not bad for us because we get a new rule set and a bunch of rules to play right away, and then
And new
Matthias,
models.
and then Matthias
And new
can like
models.
rewrite books for that rule set. Like, I think no matter what, we're good, but that's because we're the core the diehard old guard, whatever, right? So it should be fine for us no matter what. Now, granted, we will do better if the community grows. Or the success of the old world could be bad for all of us because we don't like it, but the new guard likes it. That's
We'll be
actually
the
what
old
I'm worried about.
curmudgeons. Yeah.
It's so hard to predict something like this. It's so hard.
Oh, bro.
But nowadays, when everything is hit so hard on with the economic, finance, all that, it's not easy to also have basically the money to also buy for one's hobby.
Well, I think that's good for somebody like me because then you can afford to buy and paint. Maybe you'll watch more.
That can be true.
I mean, having more disposable income is better for the economy for the middle class, but for
Yep.
some reason, like they keep trying to shrink the middle class, which is how you stabilize and keep an economy strong. It's just it's mind-boggling
Hey.
to understand.
Hey.
Oh,
Shut
yep.
up.
Sorry. I'll back up.
I'm gonna create a new channel.
I wish the minis were cheaper.
Yeah. I'm gonna create a new channel just for politics, but then I'll just get in trouble and I'm getting kicked off the internet for different reasons.
No. Make the
you
channel
just have a
and then
Discord
don't
channel.
give anyone permission to speak in it. Like,
No. I mean a new YouTube channel.
oh, okay.
Oh,
The Mountain's
there.
Bad Political Takes. And then I'll upload videos every day, but I'll disallow comments.
You'll just talk about like flat sunners and stuff like that.
Don't even get me started on them. They will be our saviors.
The sun is a giant frisbee in the sky.
Well, no, we get that information out there.
Oh no, we started that rumor. Oh god.
All right, guys, I have a question for everybody. The old world was flat. That's true. Do I take my hand one more time? I try to get eyes on this guy, or just move on?
Move on.
All right,
Yeah,
then. I think you're right.
From camera, it looks fine. So
Yeah, this will go. I'm gonna glue this on my war altar, and then I'll probably pin his foot down. Well, yeah, we're done.
Just bring it to the store. Put $2 on the table and say, "Hey, somebody that's good, paint the eyes."
No.
No.
Because somebody like me would pick it up and do it. Here, blop blop. I'm looking over here and over there.
Hey, I have a question.
Well-
Since y'all know a little bit more with the commander Warhammer decks,
Yep.
are they still floating around? My store's not. You can't get them. They're all done. They only did the pre-orders, and
I
that's
think they're done. I don't know. My understanding is they're done, but I could be very wrong.
That's what they told me too, and I'm just scared. I want to get them, but then I don't want to just a bunch of price hikes, eBay or whatever you want to say.
That's how it's gonna have to be. Unfortunately, I believe my understanding is anyway. But like for me, they were just too expensive.
What was the price?
I think they were 120 Canadian. Like that's like twice the price that I paid with my last commander deck. That's per deck. Or as I was told anyway. So maybe I didn't confirm that. So maybe I shouldn't say that because if that's wrong, I don't want to spread bad information.
I think they still have some backlogs that they're going to be doing for releasing for the commander.
They're hinting they might do a second print run.
Actually, you know what? One quick before I end this. One quick question. I want to get people's opinion. I think I know what everybody's opinion is going to be, but Games Workshop, and this is a more thing on the old world too, but Games Workshop, are they Are they hanging on to physical books too long? We're done with those, right? We don't need physical books anymore. I mean, the last
like the
bunch have been
books.
outdated before they even got out, essentially, right? It's just delaying production time.
I think if they did, like if they only did them as like a collector's item of like this is a specialty item for people who still want the physical media, and then they just switch to online PDF situation, like that would be better because that's just they can get the erratas out quicker. Everyone already uses like Battlescribe or things like that anyway.
Yeah,
So
so
just
The
having all
lore
that.
is what makes that the difficult choice because they like putting the lore bits in print.
yes, that's
Well-
the thing. So I'm gonna readjust the way I said that because I think it came off a little wrong. Like I think the fact that there are errata-ing things and updating things is a net positive, but that doesn't drive well with a physical book. Now the lore is cool stuff that we can buy in a magazine. Like maybe that can go to the White Dwarf. That would actually give for me. That would give White Dwarf some actual value for me. I'm not saying it has no value, but I don't see much value to White Dwarf. But that would give value to me if you move the lore stuff to White Dwarf. Cool pictures are great, but I don't know. Like I just don't care about a physical book because what I do, I get the physical book, I take the code, and I put that code in my app, and that's it. Now I never touch that book again. I'll just pay for the code. Let me buy a Code Games Workshop. I don't need a physical book anymore. That's where I'm sitting.
That I'm completely different for that because of course I'm going to use the on the ad and all that, and I'm probably going to use it just to build the army. But I like a book better than I like the ad
Okay.
because
Fair point.
I like to have it in my hands to read it from there.
No, Jimmy, the physical book is for. You can do that with your phone as well. Yeah, I just come to the I just prefer digital books. I learn better with digital books. I read everything at night when I'm in bed. I just don't because it's like hearing a bunch of complaints about like the Votan book is already outdated. But for me, it made no difference because the idea of the book has been outdated for me anyway. And then if you're using like the book, every book has been errated and updated, so every book is outdated. Why do we still want them?
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
they
that's
change all the
different from
rules
person to
every new
person.
season anyway.
Yeah, and I honestly think that's a positive thing. Like, I would like to see Age of Sigmar's season thing come into play, like in 40K as well. I know we have like the grand tournament packs. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like the GT aspect, but like the season thing from Age of Sigmar moving over to 40K, like it can go in there. Like, give me like they don't really, if I remember correctly, they don't really errata like the like Nephilim and excuse me and the tournament packs. So you can put all that cool stuff in there, and I'm happy to buy those. That's right, shit. I just Wahapedia is a thing that's going to be yeah, for sure, we're hoping to learn, but I'm more than happy to pay for a digital code and get everything digitally. Like, I was real upset when I couldn't purchase every book on iBooks anymore. Youngbloods hate physical media. Yeah, but I'm not young anymore. I've been in the wargaming hobby for 30 years. I agree with the idea that updates and convenience will be used against this.
I think it's fear. I think it's fear of losing control, and I think they're not sure. Like, they don't want to slam their foot in the door again. So I think they don't want to go all the way one side or the other yet. So
what I think it is, and I want to be, I don't want to spread misinformation. My understanding is they brought printing in house. Does anybody know if that's a fact?
Well, it does stand that it printed in England or UK back behind the books now.
So they probably have a financial investment into printing machines and all that kind of stuff. So we got that. I get that. Yeah. I mean, if they have a financial investment, they're going to keep going with them, I guess.
Yeah. Because otherwise, yeah, it would make more sense to go digital. But if they're the ones who are printing their own stuff, then yeah, because they're going to see like, well, we've already invested this much. We need to get at least this much of a return on that investment.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me too. Now, Matthias probably put up right. Infinity has the distribution model. You get all the codices and rules in the digital app for free. But the problem with that is it's not a fair one-to-one comparison. You get a hell of a lot more with the Games Workshop books. There's way more lore, way more rules as a whole, too many more models. So there's a lot more work going into the Citadel ones for the Games Workshop ones. You give away those for free. Like we need, whether you like it or not, we need Games Workshop to keep making money so they can keep making our hobby.
Well, what they could do is they could do it where when you purchase the book, you then get like, okay, and now because you have a physical copy of the book, you put that in, and you will get the updates automatically.
Well, you do.
Like,
You do.
You're signed into the errata. Is that what they do right now?
That's what they do right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, wow.
But the problem is, for me, is I have to buy the physical book to get that code, or I just want to buy the code. Because every physical book has a code that gives you all that, and it gets updated. And I think it's while I think that their 40K app is kind of trash, their Age of Sigmar app is absolutely beautiful and amazing.
I use the Sigma. I don't like the.
Oh, their
40K.
Sigmar app is so good. Once they get the app a little more working like that, I only want to use digital codes because the lore stuff is cool, but I'm happy to buy it elsewhere. I'll buy it separately.
What I use most the Sigma ones is basically build the armies that I think is fun, cool, and all that. I'm really annoyed that I need to subscribe to the 40K one to just doing that.
GW's
I don't
tax
want
break
to-
printing, that makes sense actually.
I don't want to pay money to. Okay, what does this army look like to do? That pissed me a bit off. I already bought the book, all that. That should be enough.
Yeah, I understand the argument. So another thing that came up in a conversation I had in the store yesterday, and I don't know if this is true, and I meant to look this up, but maybe somebody here already know whether or not it's true. Privateer Press is 3D printing their models now. They're making everything through STLs, but they're not selling the STLs. They are 3D printing them through print farms and then selling them that way. However, the claims are the quality is much lower. Does anybody know anything about that?
No, I don't.
If that's true, Privateer Press is testing the waters, which will have to be the future even for Games Workshop, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, but they need to adapt because, as far as this looks now, 3D printing is getting a lot more accessible. It's a lot cheaper than it used to be.
Yep.
And people is what's like print. Let's say 100 miniatures. That's going to be what the cost for the medallion. Also, that's probably going to be 100 to 200 Danish crowns. Let's just say that. Getting 100 miniatures from Games Workshop. That's going to be fucking expensive.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm very every time somebody asks me in a stream or whatever, like, how do I get into Warhammer Fantasy nowadays? I only talk about the armies you can currently buy from Games Workshop. You can get your Seraphim, you can get your Dark Elves, I talk about all that kind of stuff. Because yes, it's true, you can do a whole Dogs of War army through 3D printing. You can get a whole Tomb King. There's a bunch of armies you get through 3D printing. But right now, Games Workshop's not capitalizing on that, and for whatever reason, it's probably the right call for them not to. I don't know, I'm not going to judge them for it. But I need them to keep making money. I want them to keep making money. So if we all just stop purchasing their models and go the 3D printing route, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Now, some people will always do that. We can't stop them. But I try to encourage people to buy the Citadel models whenever they can.
But for my opinion about it, it's basically Games Workshop's own fault. Because they keep increasing the prices on the products. And that basically means, okay, I'm going to pay like $200 for this machine. I can do it for me cheaper.
So I do believe Games Workshop should charge as much as they possibly can. I believe you should sell your product for whatever you can get for it.
I also think that given how frequently they change their prices, they operate on a much tighter or smaller budget than people give them credit for. Because people that have a huge profit margin, they won't change their price nearly as often because it's not really hurting their bottom line at all. But if GW's changing it all the time, clearly they've got it budgeted out to where we need X.
Yeah, I want them to be profitable. I want them to make money. I want their CEOs to get rich, because then they are incentivized to keep creating the thing that I have built my life, my business off of. If they shut down, this channel has to drastically change. Probably wouldn't nearly be profitable or nearly close to profitable. Yeah, so no matter what, there are people going to hate a big corporation. It's always going to be the case. But without them, we don't have a hobby. That's my point. Like I'm excited for the old world. That's why I'm like, hey, go and buy some fantasy miniatures, and then we all play the old world right away together.
I just did a quick Google search to get a net worth. Last year, GW's operating income was less than 152 million pounds. Think about a global company, how tiny that amount is for a global company.
Yeah, but it's also a niche area.
Yeah. It is, but that's like when the more niche area gets, the more the cost goes up because you're selling less.
I remember they got to pay artists and writers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To keep the game relevant, they have to keep doing all the Golden Demon events and stuff like that. They have to spend a lot on PR and just events in general.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with every decision they make, but just because I think, or just because I don't agree with some of the decision they made, doesn't mean that was the wrong decision, right? We're allowed to criticize them, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do with my life without them.
It's not easy for me to justify looking for my area and vision of it. Is that if they increase the price every, like, for me, it's feel like every 3-4 months, it's harder and harder for me to justify buying the product.
Well, so that's not entirely on Games Workshop, though, right? We have different countries and trade, taxes, all these kind of things are going to impact things. Like, we're not getting price increases every 3-4 months.
Yeah, they have different lines that are available in different countries. Like there are models I've had to go on eBay for that are still in stock on GW. I'm in the wrong country to order it.
Yeah, I had that problem too. Like Stormbolter sent me some Dark Angel shoulder pads for Horus Heresy because they're still not. Oh no, they might be in stock now in Canada, but they were just not in stock forever. I'm not sure if GW has raised their prices here in Germany for years. Oh really? Well, prices have to go up. Prices have to go up. They have to go up.
I think from where I come from, the price has gone up, I think, 4 times in about a year.
How much though? Like, what's the total increase over the 4? Did they go up 10% in increments of 2%, 4%, or did they go up like 5%?
And was it a whole line, or was it like we did AOS this month, we did 40K this month? You know, like.
I can't remember how much, but I remember I think it was total 10 to 15 euro for a lot of them.
Now,
or of course, there's difference between how big or how expensive the model from the start.
Considering that you guys all get taxed very heavily on everything, this has got to be some sort of this is definitely not Games Workshop's decision. It's some sort of trade reason.
Maybe, right? I don't know.
So especially after Brexit, you're going to see price increases just because their trade deals changed. Like,
I think the last drastically change was start collecting was 65 euro to 75, 85 euro. Yeah, I mean that's a big increase, but people are going to pay it.
Yeah. From the starter set, from my view, they changed for like 600 Danish crowns to 900, so that's basically 300 Danish crowns.
I remember when the Assault Marine for a pack of 5 was $50 in Canada, so $10 a Marine. This is 5 years, 6 years ago. I can't remember when they came out. I'm like, what the heck? Am I done buying miniatures? Why is it so expensive? They're way more expensive than that now. And in that time, I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on miniatures since. So clearly, I'm gonna still pay for them. I'm still gonna buy them.
Of course, yeah, but we still gonna think about it a lot more before we do it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those.
But if you factor in the primaries, if you're talking like their equivalent on that line, now you're looking at 60 for 10, so you're getting more, but you're paying more. If you look at the assault intercessors as a comparison. If you're looking at Terminators, you're about the same.
They haven't gone up. Oh,
The
everything.
Terminators you're looking at for a Terminator Assault Squadron, that's $60. But like their Assault Intercessors, they're just regular Space Marine equivalent. You're paying $60 USD for 10.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not whatever, but I mean, milk has gone up more than that increase in this area,
Yeah.
and I'm surrounded by like 57 milk farmers. Like everything goes up.
Yeah, I think it's hard nowadays to talk about that because everything is, as you said,
It's
getting a lot
particularly
expensive.
yeah, it's particularly bad right now.
But I have not bought anything from Games Workshop's own site for like a year. I'm basically buying from shops.
I
Where
try
they get
to
a
buy.
discount for things.
I try to buy exclusively from the shops. I try to support local. I worry that Amazon has dealer partners. Not here in Canada though, Perkins. I worry that Games Workshop thinks that they don't need the local shops. And wait, let me rephrase that. I'm worried that Games Workshop is right and they don't need the local shops. If they think that. But I try to exclusively buy from my shop because I just want them to stick around. I like walking up from the studios, walking into the store, sitting down and having a conversation about 3D printing and is Perturabo the smartest Primarch, and I love that. I love hanging out and having that conversation forever.
We do know he's not the smartest Primarch, but that's that.
I think he might be. No, but to be fair, I haven't read all the books. Well, my opinion is he is. But again, I don't. Like, all joking aside, maybe he's not. Maybe there's evidence that Dorn is the smartest, and because I haven't read all his books.
My Primarch is Magnus, but I think the smartest one is Altharian. I think he was the smartest one.
You see Altharian?
Yeah.
The Grim?
No, isn't that the Hydra?
Oh, Altharius.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I haven't read any. Sorry, Bolter. I haven't read any. I haven't read any of the Alpha Legion books, so maybe they are.
I've not read anything, but what I have written on this, based on the internet, like that, is he played both sides in a way that you really need to be a master section.
That doesn't necessarily make you super smart. Like every Primarch is very intelligent. That guy's very cunning for sure.
Oh,
Perturabo is not cunning.
No, if Alpharius was a knife, Perturabo was basically a big hammer.
I think he's just like raw intelligence. You know, like I don't know, it's fun to debate who's stronger, Hulk or Thing. Clearly, it's Hulk. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, I think Perturabo might have been the most intelligent of all the Primarchs. Vulcan, the strongest, and all that kind of stuff. They all have a thing, right? Probably you always go to like the Magnus is the smartest. He's the wizard guy, so that makes you smart, right? Like, oh no, he's probably not.
I don't think he's smart.
No.
Is he strong? Yes. But is he smart? Debatable.
Back in the day,
Perturabo. He's like the dumbest smart guy.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. He's socially dumb, and he's got no wisdom. Like the guy's a moron in a lot of regards, and that's why he's one of my favorite Primarchs.
Is he the 40k version of Tony Stark?
Of who?
Tony Stark?
Tony Stark?
Is Perturabo the 40k or 30k version of Tony Stark?
Perturabo had a bigger ego, and he was way more bitter.
Yeah.
Way more bitter.
Perturabo's like an emotional child inside.
They all are. Every Primarch was. In my opinion, every Primarch was a overgrown child.
Yep,
I
full
think-
grown all of them. Yep.
I think there was like 2 or 3 who were not, and that they were the only exceptions.
Sanguinius was an adult.
Yeah, Sanguinius was an adult. Robert Gilliman was an adult.
Yeah.
And Dorn.
And Dorn.
Yeah, Dorn.
Oh, and Vulcan. And Vulcan.
Yeah. Also, Vulcan. Like, shout out to Vulcan in the lore for just being like the only just a really genuine person.
Nice.
Just being like, we protect the people because They're the people.
Yeah, but I also feel like he's kind of dumb.
I'm not saying he's intelligent. I mean, he was a gifted craftsman, though. That was a big part of it, though. So he was creative, but like he was a very simple man. Wanted to live a simple life. Wasn't his dad like a blacksmith too, or his adopted father on his home planet?
Yeah, pretty much all their people were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about Manus? It's kind of like you got the funeral of We Barely Knew You.
I don't think Manus didn't survive long enough to even gain a personality.
His sons are like, my dad left early on in my life.
Yeah, that guy went out for milk and he never came back.
Smokes and road beers, and he never came back.
But I mean, I'm very excited to see how they bring him back in the lore.
So if everyone of the Primax charts is basically that Horus had daddy issues.
They all did.
Yeah.
We all did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Completely destroy the universe because she has daddy issues. Great.
Well, that's all of them. They were all having that, and that's kind of why they all went down. If he was just around and spent a little bit more time, had dinner with everybody at the table.
I think Johnson had bigger daddy issues than even Horus did.
Lionel had something to prove, for sure.
That he wasn't a big whiner?
He was a proud asshole. That was he was.
He had a
arrogant too.
Yeah, him and Perab I find to be very, very similar. I think in my opinion, Parabo and Johnson are the same character. Johnson was more of a general and a martial warrior, and Parabo was more of a little more bitter and a little smarter. But otherwise, I find them to be the same character. Is that dumb? Am I the only one who thinks that?
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, I know about the lion, but I don't know enough about Perturab. I haven't read the books enough.
He was the ultimate. He did all the work.
I know he was underappreciated by a lot.
But he built up resentment because of it, and instead of doing anything about it, he just sulked and was mean. He just handled it like a child.
He took the easy solution instead of the hard solution.
I don't know. Isn't the easy solution to confront your problems?
No, the easy solution is basically keep it inside and let it build up.
There's not a problem that a Claymore doesn't solve. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we're going to end it here, but we're going to leave this with a very important message. There isn't a problem in the world that won't go away if you ignore it long enough.
Yes.
I think it's just you.
Please don't live that way. Happy more evening, everyone. See you the next one.
Take care.
Jesus